Welcome into AZ Audibles. Haley Stasiak, Jordan Ham, and Eric Sorensen here, talking more about the head coaching vacancies and those holes that have already been filled in the past couple of weeks. We're going to start out with the Hamilton coaching hire, Michael Dzebski from Walled Lake, Michigan. He was hired at Hamilton. What do we know about him, and what do we think of this out-of-state hire?
Well, Coach Z, as he's known, has coached at the highest level in Michigan. He won over 200 career games. The biggest challenge he's going to have is when he arrives at the school, he's going to have to replace Jawar Jordan. He's going to have to replace Tyler Shuck. And he's going to have to figure out a way, Jordan, to compete with the Chandler train, which is absolutely rolling in the toughest region in the state.
Well, and based on what I've heard about what made him stand out was he got more with less. A lot of times that those teams' roster sizes were smaller, but they were able to consistently beat some of the top programs. So it sounds like a similar challenge that Hamilton will have over the next few years as they continue to transition into this new era of Husky football.
The big one this week is Mountain Pointe. Rich Welbrock out of Basha has been hired at Mountain Pointe. This is really big news. What do we think of this overall?
Coach Welbrock steps into immediately a better situation. Not only are the numbers better, there's more talent there. You return your quarterback, you return one of your top wide receivers, one of your best running backs, and he doesn't have to compete against the Chandlers, the Hamiltons, and the Perrys until maybe he gets into the playoffs.
Yeah, I think it's a really good fit for him because what he was doing at Desert Edge a few years ago is exactly what Mountain Pointe is doing, but just on a grander scale with those bigger athletes at the highest level in the state. So I think it's a really good fit for Welbrock, the type of personality that he has and really a blue-collar mindset that he brings. Mountain Pointe already has that, so I think it's going to be a really good fit for both sides.
Definitely a run-based offense, much like he ran with the Scorpions.
A couple weeks ago, we talked about the vacancies at Brophy and Cactus. A couple more have now been added. Chaparral, Thomas Lewis resigned from there. Whoever's coming into this role is obtaining a lot of talent.
Young talent that played as freshmen and sophomores and are now upperclassmen. It's a situation that it's a pressure cooker at Chaparral, and whoever the new coach is going to be expected to win and win immediately. This team last year went 7-5. Their only real blowout loss was to Liberty, and they played Notre Dame Prep and Centennial, the two teams that ended up playing in the 5A championship, extremely tough.
And I think that there's a natural fit there as well. Plenty of talent, and you have a former Chaparral head coach on the staff already in Conrad Hamilton. He's a guy that helped them make the jump to 6A once. Could he do it again? I think that he would be a great fit. I think that there's a lot of community support around him as well, so that's definitely a name to watch for the Firebirds.
With Rich Welbrock going to Mountain Pointe, obviously this Basha program is going to have to adjust again. They went through a new head coaching hire last year. Those kids had to adjust there, and now they have to adjust again. Where do the Bears go from here? It's
a tough situation for Basha because they're competing with the Chandlers, with the Hamiltons. Castile is very close down the road, and they're a thriving program that was in 3A, going to be in 5A, so that can only help their cause as well. A great talent pool in the Southeast Valley, but there's a lot of different options. So they just have to try to find someone who can be around for quite a few years and just build that sustained success. They've had multiple head coaching searches over the years, and I think that's what's really hindering them, is being able to find that brand and stick to it, and then those type of players will want to stay at Basha.
And you have to feel for some of the players that are going to be entering their third year on varsity because this is their third head coach. This is probably going to be the third different type of offense or defensive scheme they're going to have to learn. With all that turnover, it's a tough adjustment for those young kids.
That's what we've got for you this week on AZ Audibles. Keep it on sports360az.com for all of the off-season high school football coaching updates. We'll see you next time.